It's getting dark here now, Nick. It's going to be a long night ahead, I suspect, in the United States as the sun goes down, certainly in this Gulf region, because depending on whose briefing you listen to and where they are along the Gulf of Mexico, this storm is going to come ashore any time in the next sort of 5, maybe 10 hours. And that warning stretches all the way from the Mississippi-Alabama border all the way over to the western side of New Orleans. And the problem with this Hurricane Isaac, is that it's very, very slow moving. Others have been far quicker moving. Others, of course, like Katrina 7 years ago, have been far bigger. This one's only a Category 1. But the very fact that he's just inching along causes its own difficulties. It means there could be hurricane-force winds over New Orleans or here in Gulfport, Mississippi, where I am, where the rain is just starting again right now for hours on end, and driving winds as well. So that's a real problem. And as you said, the big test in New Orleans is going to be for the city's brand new pumps and levees, and also the big barrier, which is about 20 kilometers outside the city, designed to stop the water getting anywhere near it. Now, they're very confident that all that's going to work this time, but clearly the people in New Orleans, understandably, while they're trying to shrug off the worries, they are a little bit holding their breath. Nick?
And are you finding that people have been heeding evacuation orders?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, it's very hard to understand this. The city of New Orleans, which was the target, of course, for Hurricane Katrina, and looks like it's going to be the target of Hurricane Isaac, there's no actual mandatory evacuation order in the city, but there are in the parishes just outside, like Plaquemines Parish, for example. And there are 2 mandatory evacuation orders here in Mississippi, where I am. The funny thing is, a mandatory evacuation order doesn't mean that you have to go. What it means is that the police are mandated. They get more federal money when one is declared. And they have to go and knock on everybody's doors and say, look, will you please leave? You're in a danger area. And if they choose not to go, if they're in their own homes and they don't want to go, then the police can't do very much about it, unless there's a baby in the family or a very, very elderly person. But the police told me what they do is they put a little tag on the person's home, a little mental note of who it was, and then they come back in several weeks' time and have a very strong talking to them about the importance of leaving when you're told to leave. But they actually can't make them leave. And one quick thought as well, over my shoulder somewhere, about 100 or so kilometers that way, about 4,000 oil and gas rigs have pretty much been closed down because of Hurricane Isaac. 70% of the gas industry, 90% of the oil industry stopped production because he's blowing through. Nick?
All right, John, we'll keep an eye on things there. Thanks very much indeed.